Welcome back everybody to another video, and as you can see I'm no longer at college. I don't have my pink purple lights going on. Disappointing, I know. I'm back at home until late January, but nothing really will change. I will be putting out the same amount of random content whenever I feel like it, as per always. So today's video is going to be covering crouching while spraying and crouching while peeking. So I see this question a lot at lower levels, especially like like I said, crouching while peeking and crouching while spraying. When to do it, when not to do it. And because at lower levels, I think it's fair to say that a lot of times people are stuck out, they're crouched, they don't know when to uncrouch, they don't know when to give up on a spray, they don't know when it is better for them just to say, hey, I'm not going to get the kill, and fall back. It is a hard thing to master. But so first off, let's do crouching around corners. Like that, I would never crouch with AKM4. I would only crouch with a op peeking into a corner like that, unless I know that there is actually somebody posted. If let's say somebody's like here, and I would only do this at a higher level. The only reason I would crouch peek into that is because I would catch their crosshair placement off guard. That's the only reason. That's the only positive of crouch peeking with an AKM4 or anything besides an op. And the reason that that is the only positive, well, first it's positive because if you're at a higher level, people are always going to have great crosshair placement. And if they're aiming like this, you can catch them off guard because it does take them a second to react to that. But the problem is when you're crouched, your model is wider than if you're standing up. So that's why a lot of times if people are hiding behind something, for example, let's say there's somebody here, I'm hiding behind this. I'm not visible here, but if I'm crouched, I'm visible here. Just like your model is wider on the right side if you're crouched, and it's skinnier overall if you're standing up. So that comes into play when crouch peeking, because if I do a crouch and then I peek into it, they can see me here. Like, they are able to see my body sticking out here. I cannot see them. Now I can see them, and they could see my body coming out the whole way. That's why when you saw me crouch peek, it was peek and slide into it. So they miss first shot and you're already out there. You're not crouching and then sliding into it. That also comes into play with opping a lot, is that like you don't crouch and then slow peek. You crouch, scope, and slide all at the same time. So it's like if I'm gonna op Z, alright, it would be, and I'm doing it. So I don't know how to really explain that. I wouldn't do that with an AK because usually there's going to be an opper there and they will be crouched. Most oppers crouch if they're posted up on an angle, and again, that is so if somebody flies around the angle, they have to readjust their crosshair placement. That's the logic behind that. So doing that, only doable in higher ranks. That's the only, well, not only doable, but I would only recommend it in higher ranks where you know that crosshair placement is stellar, and that's the positive of that. I would do it a lot with ops. I do it a lot with ops. Get it? Do. But you have to time it so you're doing it like you're moving and then crouching and scoping at the same time. I crouch and scope at the same time and moving. So, and that if I scope and then crouch, it throws me off a bit, and I'm very slow when scoped in. It reduces the movement speed. So you want to really slide in there, keep that fast momentum. So that's crouching around corners. Crouching while spraying, this comes down to preference. There's two ways to spray. There's this, and then let's wait for those to disappear. There's this. Personally, I do it, well, I do either depending on the situation. As you can see, so for an AK spray, it's, let's see. So your first like 10 bullets are in a line here. That wasn't 10, that's 4, 8. So that's 8 in a line. And so the reason for crouching is that you can shoot 4, crouch, and continue to spray in the same spot, and it's all going to hit the perfect spot. So if I go, the first like cluster right here all hit the same spot. Let's see, that was 6 of them all hit the same spot, and I didn't have to move my crosshair at all. So it's just a bit easier to do, to manage your spray like that. But it is always good to know, sorry about that, it is always good to know to do, well, to how to spray standing up and know like which way to go. So I pulled down way too fast there. I was too involved in the spray pattern. But so doing that, it comes down to really practicing your spray. Crouching while spraying is a crutch. You'll see a lot of, well, in my opinion, it's a bit of a crutch. A lot of players from Cloud9, former Cloud9, back in the summer Cloud9 days, like nothing, Freakazoid, all those people, they will crouch a lot while spraying, especially nothing. But it really depends on the situation. If it's a long distance battle, yeah, I may crouch. If it's up close, I may crouch. If it's medium range, probably not going to crouch. The reason for crouching up close is that if somebody's like spraying, again, you mess up their crosshair placement, they have to then adjust to you, and they have to pull down even further, especially if they're mid-spray, because if they pull down to you while they're mid-spray, their bullets still go higher. And further away, I would want to crouch just so I have better accuracy and I'm a harder target to hit. So I hope this clears some things up. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them and I will happily answer them. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.